jungle swim, I call it, down here. Not an easy path to get to, not an easy swim to get to. You're going to be, can be frustrating with these trees and things like that. But once you get in here, it is good. There's a little bit of a path you can see, which is me with my barrow and my bivvy coming through here, but I'm sort of tucked away around this corner. I've been here many times before if you watch my channel. I do love this swim. I'll set everything up, got the bait on the spot, haven't done the rods yet. Having a social with Ian who's in the swim next door, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort out my hook baits on my rods and things like that, and then go and have a chat with him for a few hours and then come back and chuck it out this evening. But we've got the wind pushing over here quite nicely. It's looking quite hopeful and positive. We've seen a few fish out here. We were really humming and hawing about where to go, to be perfectly honest with you, but this seemed the obvious answer. I'm sort of like tucked back in here, which gives me an amazing amount of cover. You've got the trees up there moving around in the wind. Nice clear blue skies. There's supposed to be some showers forecast that haven't materialised. There were this morning. I had a small gardening job to do this morning to finish off before I could get out here, and prior to that it absolutely belted it down, so I wasn't even sure if I'll be able to get to do that really. But no, we're here for a few nights, so hopefully this should produce some fish for us, but I can't remember the last time I fished with Ian, so I think it's more of a social than anything else, to be perfectly honest with you. And I think we'll spend most of the afternoons in one or other swims with the rods reeled in, or take it in turns really. And yeah, hopefully we'll bag a few fish. Just have to see, folks, won't we? Well, good morning. It's sort of nearly 7 o'clock now. There's a few fish crashing around last night, but there's all extreme range. There's some sort of like to the left of me, which last week when I was in the swim that Ian's in, it's like straight out in front of him with sort of extreme range. And I think all I achieved last week by sticking one out there was it heading left on me and going around a boulder. So that's not overly favourable really. Don't really need that. Not a lot we can do about that. It's peaceful and quiet at the moment. The wind's died down. The wind is going to pick up again later on today. I don't know if we're going to get any more rain. I shall check the forecast a little bit later on that one. But generally I don't really sort of panic too much on the first night. You know, one of these will hopefully rattle off around lunchtime and produce something. Should be good. Hopefully a little bit earlier. I'm going to leave them to sort of do what they can do. Unfortunately I've got to pop up the road to hospital appointment this morning in Salisbury, so I'm going to be gone for about an hour, which is probably going to clash with feeding time. But I might be able to get there and stick them back out again, but whether by sticking them back out again I spook the fish, I don't know. We have to see. I think I've got to be there about 11:20, so I'm going to have to leave just before 11. Yeah. And all things being equal I can be back by 12, but as I said, I've had fish at half 11, half 12 and half 1, so we just got to hold out for that sort of half 1 type feeding thing really, or even just before 2 o'clock, but we'll see how it sort of pans out a little bit really. Yeah, don't know, be a tricky one that one could be, but could I'd rather be here and not be here, so if it happens to cost me a fish it does, and it's much more relaxing being here and just chilling out and everything. Yeah, it's not too bad, you know.
Nicely tucked away in this little corner area. We had a little bit of rain last night, on and off. But it's all good really. Like one of these might rattle off soon, don't know, we'll just have to see. So it's overcast at the moment, so I'll have a look at this weather forecast and see if it's changed or anything, which could be a bonus for us. This isn't too bad, a nice little breeze, not too sunny. We do with a bit more wind, but you can't always get it right. As I said, it is supposed to pick up as the day goes through today, so it could be a good sign for tonight and things. So I'll just have to see really. Right, I'm going to have a brew, have some breakfast downside me, and see where we go really.
There we go, first one of the trip, well happy with that. Funnily enough, on a white catalyst pop-up, this one was. Very interesting, that is, I must admit. A bit of a trial that one was, and interesting. Right, anyway, I'm going to put another one out and see what I can catch as well on that. Just flip it over and do the other side now. second one of the trip. Haven't weighed it yet. 12-13 pound probably. What a nice fish. Love the tails on these things. Absolutely unbelievable. Right, let's get it back, shall we? Quite happy about that. Yeah, it's quite good. That's me giant tree. I'll have to take you out and do a bit of videoing in my waders and show you the margins and things. You have to sort of like contend with realistically. But yeah, so no, it's been quite productive realistically, which is very good. This swim does basically involve constantly landing and putting fish back using waders and things like that. You can't land anything in this swim from the bank. It just wouldn't happen, wouldn't work out realistically. You can cast from the bank and spot from the bank, which is quite a bonus, but playing and landing, you just wouldn't stand a chance. You know, there's more snags off to the right and everything like that. If I get a chance to get out there tomorrow during the day, I might do a little bit of video footage and pan around so you can see what I'm talking about realistically. But it's worth the effort, I find, and not many people fish this swim. In fact, I'm probably the only person that fishes it, I think, on this syndicate. Could well be wrong, but it's always me that tramples it down and things like that. You might get the odd little day angler might come in here, but I'm not really sure if they do, if they don't. But realistically, yeah, I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. It gives me a great view. You just got to look out over there and it's absolutely gorgeous. You know, I look at the fast swim over there that no one really ever fishes. You get deer wandering through there in the evening. It's absolutely wonderful. Yeah, it's good. It's nice. So we're now going into the second night now. Must be about sort of 6-7 o'clock on Friday evening. So which one? Interesting to see how tonight goes really. Apart from a few fish, I find this area seems to be more sort of productive during the day, which, to be fair, with the way the fish behave, is so much easier than trying to catch them out of here at night. It can be an absolute nightmare at night because you just got no idea where they are. You've got to really keep an eye on where your lines are going, and I need glasses, so it's a bit problematic when you go out in the middle of the night with a head torch on trying to pick out which way the direction the line's going. But I normally sort of get to grips with it. But we'll see. See what tonight brings. It'll be quite good really. So hopefully I've going to incorporate a little bit of extra footage, because I've got my Sony Handycam with me. I'm not really sure how good it is or anything like that. It's quite old, I haven't used it for a while. So I've done some footage, we'll see how it goes. I've managed to get the GoPro on a few times as well, but I think most of these fish I've had to sort of net from the left hand side of the swim really, so the tree's going to get in the way, etc. But we'll see. You'll find out as the video progresses, or actually it'll be before this bit of the conversation, so you can tell me, was it any good, wasn't it any good? Right, let's see what tonight brings, shall we? Let's really see what tonight brings. Airfield carp. It's just before 9:30 I think, and it's blasted off, so quite happy about that. Had to go well wading for this one. Up the right hand margins. Got hooked round a bit of a line that was on a spawn as well. Ran a few tree branches, bless it. But hey, it's worth it, isn't it? Beautiful. beautiful. Happy with that. Really, really good. Just about to weigh it, but it's definitely over 20. I'm hoping for about mid-20 if I'm lucky. Very nice, very happy indeed. It'd be nice to get it back, I must admit, but there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Rightio. Well, good morning. It was sunny, but it's now gone all grey, which is perfect by me. Good fishing conditions. I've just put a lovely 25 back you've seen. I lost something similar about 11:30 last night, I think. It's a little bit more weighty than the previous ones, and it sort of plodded it, bumped itself off on a boulder after numerous attempts, which was slightly frustrating. But there we go. I managed one a little bit before, just on dusk, which is quite nice. So it did exactly the same as that one, really. And plough down to the right. The first one actually managed to pick up some braid with a spom attached to it, which I had to wade right off and down to the margins and through a load of old sunken bits of wood and things and untangle it, untangle the fish, get the fish in the net. It was absolute chaos, really. But yeah, unfortunately I can't get things like that on footage because I'm by myself, and Ian's in the next swim, so unless he has his waders on and things like that, it's just not going to happen. It's a bit unfortunate. I keep thinking about wandering around with a GoPro attached to my head, but I'm not going to do that. We just have to live with what we've got. It is what it is. So yeah, the first one was quite exciting. The second one I sort of roughly knew what it was going to do, but I just couldn't keep that rod high enough when it came over a little 2-foot bar, like a little plateau out there. This time I actually stayed in the swim before I got in the water a little bit longer, trying to keep up the line out of the water. And it's daylight, so it's so much easier in here in daylight. It's a bit problematic at night, but I'm not going to complain. Quite happy with that fish. Another one to the list, so that's quite good, really. Right, I need to get that kettle on and get some liquid in me as well. It's like getting a bit of a croaky voice, and we don't need any of that. So yeah, we'll get the old percolator on, and with these conditions like this, you just never know. Might produce some more fish today, with any luck. One never knows, does one? Just have to, fingers crossed, really. So far this week, but yeah, not bad. Might scrape 20, never know. Put it up on the picture, but yeah, happy with that. Nice mid-afternoon fish. What we want, really. Time for tea now, really. I think getting to that part of the day. There we go. We'll do one on this side. Now we'll get it back in the lake, and yeah, be happy with that one. Nice, nice indeed. Beautiful. Bit of a wander around this lake. I'll show you what I'm on about. Where I lost that fish from last night. At the bar straight out there. Where I actually caught a fish from, I nearly lost it, was by going out for a walk along here, and it ended up in all these trees and debris up here, which is absolutely no good to man the beast. Not there. It's just crazy. Very shallow out here. Pan around. Really, really shallow. As you can see, you've sort of got snags out to my left as well, which I have to be very mindful of. When I'm talking about the fish go round the bush, it's sort of this bush here. I call it a bush. It's a sort of tree, really, isn't it? At the end of the day, going out and around. But yeah, they sort of get round and then try and get round underneath all these trees here and down into that snag down there. Absolutely amazing, really. But yeah, so I've got to be very mindful of this bush here. It sticks out quite a long way, as I said, and you can see them set up in there and everything. And that's very, very snaggy and tree up there. So I'm actually going to go and do is move one that I came across yesterday that caused me a little bit of a problem. It's now a lot closer than it was yesterday. Right. Well, I'm just coming back from here and swim. Walked out the end of the point and have a little look, see who's around. It's Saturday night. It's just gone 7 o'clock, and there's like 30 odd acres of water here, including over the back there. And as far as we can work out, it's literally me and Ian on here fishing on a Saturday night. What more could you want for? What more could you ask for? And why would earth you ever fish on a club lake? I have absolutely no idea. Fantastic. It is absolutely gorgeous here. Really, really is. Someone might sort of sneak in and do a quick night somewhere around here, but I've got no idea. But wow, what more can I say? Absolutely fantastic. Really, really is. Let's go for another little wander out of a swim while I get things ready for the night. I'll hardly find this path. It's been a little bit trodden now by Ian and I over the last 48 hours. But a little swim on Badger Island. Tricky one to find. Tricky one to go through. I don't clean it. I don't clear it. I just leave it. Leave it as it is. Because I don't really need it to be too sort of open thingy. This is the way to Ian swim. I think we've missed the rain. It's quite good. See through there a little bit of water that joins the bit of water over the bridge. It's not so much as an island as it was when I first moved on here. The fish used to come up and spawn through there, but they don't seem to sort of bother. Now if it's silted over, this is coming out onto the sort of open swim on the end of Badger Island. The sun will be going down soon, and the night jars will be coming out soon on the heath, which I'll show you. I think we've managed to avoid the rain. There was some rain around. I think if you've been 3 or 4 miles more to the right of this place, you'd have come across a little bit of rain. As I said, I don't believe we're the only ones on here, but it just looks like we are. I'm sure there's someone about, probably down the bottom lake or on the middle lake. Don't know really. Just heard a fish top to the right. They're constantly showing and about. A grebe or duck heading off that way. But yeah, it looks absolutely lovely, doesn't it? Let's pan around. Beautiful wide open spaces. A bit of moody skies up there, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Wonderful. Really is wonderful, this place. I know. What more can you ask for? It's a phenomenal place. But yeah. I love the sort of blues and greys you're getting at the moment. The little point that goes out on the end of here. And when I used to fish this swim a little bit, I used to stand on here and cast because it got me a little bit closer to that point. You can pan around and look. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Amazing place. Well, morning everyone. That was a strange night indeed. After the last couple of days, and that last fish, which was about 4:45, 3-ish, 4 o'clock-ish yesterday. Not a bleep. Not a bite. Nothing. My rods fell silent. A good night's sleep though, which is, well, slightly needed, but anyway. So, you know, there's always something positive going on, but it's an absolutely beautiful morning. Absolutely wonderful. But yeah, not a thing really. Didn't even get woken up by a early morning screamer this morning. I don't know whether Ian's caught anything. It's a little bit sort of early to find out. He's going to hang around until sort of 2:30 today. So when you're lucky, you'll get the lunchtime bite or something like that. I've just seen a fish top out there, so they're out there. Nowhere near where I'm fishing. It's sort of midway between me and Ian, and midway between the island swim. But they're about, I've had nothing really. So anyway, as usual, it's that Sunday morning time. It's early. I've got to get packed up and get home. I'll spend a day with the family, things sorted out, get ready for a few days gardening. I'm not back down until, I think I'm not back down until Friday next week. That might change, you never know. But I don't think so. I think it's going to be Friday, so 2 nights next week. And then I'm not sure where we are really. It's not far off my daughter's birthday weekend, and then we got it's the start of the school holidays, and we got a friend over to stay for a week, so that'll be me off for a couple of weekends, and then it's the school holidays. So it's going to be a bit sort of bits and piecey through August, and return happily in September. See how we go really. Right, I'm going to start getting camped down. Seems to be the best thing to do really. Get home, get out of here. I'll do one more little update before I leave, and see you then. Never know, do you? Well, that's it folks. Camped down, barrow loaded, rods on the ground, net and my little stick that helps me get in the water to go. It's all done. That is it. Leave only footprints, which is good. You will not find a drop of litter in here, and you will not find a drop of litter in this lake. I love the syndicate. Everyone is very well behaved, very good about these things, and doesn't you know, cause any problems. There's any bag of litter down there, just take it all home with you. It's not difficult. Bring it in a bag, take it in a bag. Goes back to where it belongs. Then recycle what you can as well. You need to do that. but I've sort of held out about 15 minutes longer than I was planning on doing, but I don't have to be home until 11, so I saw a fish crash over my spot about half an hour ago, possibly 40 minutes ago now, and I sort of started packing up a lot slower than I was, because I like everything all sorted and tied in where it's supposed to be, and I think one of those would rip off, but they are sitting there silent at the moment, so that's it really. I don't like sort of, you know, keep on going and desperately trying to catch yet another fish. It is what it is. Home time is home time. You gotta go. You know, I'm lucky enough to be able to come during the week and avoid, you know, avoid weekends as the year progresses. So I'm not going to complain. Just got to make sure we get, you know, a day or two at home with the family every weekend or every other weekend, and it works quite well. It's the only way, really. Got to keep everyone sweet and happy. I just heard that. Where was that? I hear them, but I can't pick them up because I can't see around the corner. So they could be just off to the margins to my right, for all I know. Don't know. One disadvantage of this swim, if there's a disadvantage, it's the view. You're limited. As much as it's a great view, you don't have to look at anyone else. Not that anyone else is here. It's just, well. And even if they are here, they're way over the far side there, and it's like little dots and things, fingers moving around, so it doesn't make much difference. Right. There we go. Right. I better get what's left on the barrow, get everything sorted out, and head home. Catch up with you soon. Good luck if you're out. I'll be back again not too long, and we'll take it from there, really. Don't forget to like, subscribe, watch, comment, and hope you enjoy.